This week's money bonuses are actually pretty insane when you think about the multiplier that's been applied to some of the content in this game. I mean, 5 times money on Super Yacht Life missions is already crazy, especially when you look at players making $160,000 to almost $200,000 per job. But then Rockstar also gave us an opportunity for 4 times money for the priority file at the Garment Factory this week. This normal $300,000 mission during any other week is now paying out $1,224,000, and you can even get that full payout up to $1.274 million if you get the $50,000 for completing all 3 bonus objectives. In today's video, we're going to be speedrunning this mini heist, and I'll be showing you how to complete the fine art file in the fastest, most meta way possible, so you can grab that quick $1.274 million in under 20 minutes. We're going to be focusing specifically on that, but if you want a video on the Super Yacht Life missions and how those are going to be insane for money, let me know in the comments below as well, and I can get working on that for you as well. But without further ado, let's jump into things here. Let's start this bad boy up. Now, the best thing about the Garment Factory and running FIB files is you could start it right from your cell phone right here. So I just go to the priority file, which is the fine art file, $1.224 million. Yes, we want to pay $20,000 to set this up. Let's get going. Of course, I'm hitting this awful transaction pending glitch. This has been happening. This would normally happen when you're buying vehicles on websites or customizing them at auto shops, but now it's happening like while I'm actually trying to like run these missions and setups themselves, which is really annoying. But either way, we're gonna start this right up, and we're gonna start with the EMP charges mission. Now, the unfortunate thing with the priority file for the week is that it can only be done once per week and once per character per week. But with a 50% off discount on this property, and the fact you're making almost $1.3 million just for running this one mini heist itself, you honestly might as well just buy the Garment Factory on your second character too, to be honest. You won't net much profit after that, but you basically get the free business on that character plus a little money bonus on top for stacking the discount as well as the money bonus this week, which is pretty sweet. So we're just gonna fly in, strafe run these guys with the oppressor, but honestly, I could just take them out on foot, no problem. The one thing I don't like is Pavel and Jody do talk a lot in these missions, but you're good to go to just fly in here with whatever weaponized or armored vehicle you want. Take all these guys out. I'm just using guns just because I like using the M16 service carbine. And then we need to lower the container. Just look for that little button up there to shoot it off. That'll drop the actual shipping container. You go to the door and you open it up, and this is already set up mission number 1. Now, we do need to deliver this to the Garment Factory, but once we hit right D-pad here to steal it, in case if this game's bugging out, if it'll let me grab it, poof, there we go. Let's get back to my oppressor, and we will get back to the Garment Factory. And also, if you guys would like a full Garment Factory money guide and business guide in general, I do have one. I uploaded it a couple months ago. I will link it in my description down below for you to check out. That should answer all of your questions when it comes to running the Garment Factory and these FIB files when grinding money in GTA Online in the most optimal way. So if you have any questions, that is definitely the video that will answer them. This video is just on this particular FIB priority file for the week. And here we are already back at the Garment Factory. I'll just drive my oppressor right in because I can. We'll deliver the EMP charges, and you can choose to either get onto the office computer and start the next mission, or just go outside and do it off your phone. I just do that since I'm already running this way anyway. So what I'm going to do is facial recognition next, and then we'll do the approach vehicle for the final opportunity, or the final setup, excuse me, here. So we have to go all the way to Davis, just 0.85 miles away, and we're basically already on our way here. So first, you're gonna have this whole encampment of enemies here, and there's a felon you need to take the facial recognition technology out of the trunk of. You can't actually destroy the felon, so you can just come here and blow everyone up with missiles. I'm gonna die here. I literally couldn't bring up the weapon wheel because I was meleeing. What was that about? I thought I disengaged the weapon wheel and I was gonna shoot, but that trigger was pulled up when I didn't have a weapon equipped, so I just punched the air and I died. That's pretty cool. And all we need to do is break into the trunk of the felon, grab the technology out of the trunk. There's this guy behind us. Is he gonna end up shooting us? Let's see. I'm gonna wanna grab this real quick, and we'll turn around. Oh, it's this homie on a bike. I forgot about this. I don't know why he's rolling up on that bike, but that's step 1. Now we need to go to the vantage point, find this target using the facial recognition technology. It's very, very simple. All right, here we are at the vantage point, and now what we got to do is stand still, hit right on the D-pad to deploy the drone. You're looking for a guy in like a red salmon sweater or shirt, basically. You're always going to look for that character. He can spawn in multiple points. There's multiple different buildings he could be at. This is our objective for this mission, is being over here. But just look here, we already found him right here. This is the guy you're looking for. Got like a red sweater on, white button up, as well as a tie. So we just want to scan his face like this. Make sure it registers and wait for the drone to kick you out, because sometimes if you try and disengage from this and exit like before we actually scan this guy, it can bug out and get really weird. So there we go. Now you can see in the bottom right hand corner we're analyzing, but that's it. So all we need to do is get back on my oppressor, because we're about to fly away and the mission's basically going to be complete here. So while you're doing this, while you're finishing this mission, start heading down closer to LSIA, because now we're going to be starting the third setup mission. Work complete. Retina scan acquire. There we go. Setup mission number 2 is already done. We've only been on this for 6 minutes now. And now we're going to do the approach vehicle and head over to LSIA, take that helicopter, and bring it back to the garment factory here. Now, there's a few ways you can get into the hangar. You can either go up that staircase, or there's also some doors on the roof you can access. In this building in particular, I think it's over here, I want to say. Yep, right here. I like to come in through the roof entrance just because I can avoid fighting all the guards down below. And you just run down this staircase right here. So I just want to run a little bit further down. They are going to make me run down like a couple more steps. This spawn was actually kind of weird. Usually I only have to run down one flight of stairs, but that time I had to run down 2. Either way, we're in the facility now. And now we need to take out all these little terminals and booths with these little green arrow icons sitting over them. Sorry, you're looking for the ones with red arrows, not green arrows. So that's one, and we're going to search for others. You can see them pop up on the mini map right here. All while this is going on, there's a bunch of enemies shooting at you, but you don't need to kill all of them. I mean, you can if you want, just because it's fun, but it's not like an absolute necessity, dude. My character will not just ADS down his weapon, will he? He's like constantly moving it around, trying to like maneuver over all these obstacles and everything. It's kind of upsetting because this normally just doesn't happen, but of course I'm trying to record a video and you can see the game getting like all super buggy for no reason. So we'll take out, is that a terminal I need to shoot? It doesn't look like it. There's 2 more that I gotta access here. So that one right there, and we should be able to get an angle and take out this last one, which is just over here to the left. You can see I'm not really focusing on any of the enemies just because I don't need to. So now all we need to do is steal a helicopter. The game for some reason doesn't like if you jump over these things. So sometimes I try and get a specific angle on it. You're just gonna die. Sometimes you equip your parachute, sometimes not. I try and pull it, but I've never been able to survive by jumping down. But the reason I just jumped down is because all I'm trying to do is just spawn and then get into another heli and dip. I could have taken that Kanata, honestly, but the Super Velito Carbon or just the normal Super Velito is just fine. Like, you don't save that much time if you get the fastest helicopter in the game for this. I'm just trying to do this as quickly as I possibly can for gameplay purposes, but usually, you know, if I'm just doing this for fun or whatever, I'll try and grab, you know, a faster helicopter like the Kanata. Super Velito's just fine. This is probably one of the faster ones anyway, but now we need to fly this helicopter all the way to the marked location, and that's it. All 3 setups will be done in 10 minutes, basically. And then it'll be time to do the finale. And some record speedrunners out there, some absolute psychos can do it in less than 6 minutes. I've never been able to do it that fast, so we're still probably looking at like a 17 or 18 minute pace for this entire thing, which is still pretty good time in general. I'm actually gonna overshoot the roof right here a little bit. But overall, I mean, the fact that you can get this done in less than 20 minutes is just absolutely awesome. So we're gonna stop right here, stash the helicopter, and there we go. Now we need to leave the area, but unfortunately I need to get off this roof. So what I'll do now is I'll call my personal vehicle, which is my oppressor. I'll wait for it to spawn, because you just kind of need to like get out of the area. So maybe having like a Sparrow parked here would work. But there you go. Approach work, vehicle acquired, boom. You just need to like run away far enough. And now we can start the finale, the fine art file, as well as get the bonus objectives for $1.274 million. So let's start this right up. I probably should have checked if I had more armor, but honestly, I'm impatient. We're just gonna get this done and see how it goes. How much armor do I have though? I have 4. That's enough to make it through this mission. So let's get in our helicopter and let's fly to the objective here. When you approach this building on the rooftop, you actually have to land the helicopter, so don't come in too strong and alert the guard down below. I like to land very carefully. You know, not like super carefully. You don't need to be super babyish with it, but you just don't want to crash the helicopter on the roof, right? So now we're going to equip any sort of silenced weapon that you want, because one of the bonus objectives is for getting into the master penthouse without alerting the enemies. Once you're in the penthouse, you're good to go, but you just want to make sure that these guys aren't alerted. So headshot this guy outside, we're gonna get on this keypad and do our first hacking minigame, which is a very, very simple one. You just want to connect all the wires together to have the current transfer through, and you can unlock the door. So I'm gonna just move all these things up like this, move it down, down, up, and up. There we go. Should be good to go. Connection complete. We did that in 9 seconds right there. Success. Now we can go inside. There's 3 more enemies we gotta kill to get into, or sorry, there's 6 more enemies we gotta kill before we get into the penthouse here. So again, you want to make sure you do it stealthy. Is it 5 or 6? I don't know. Okay, there's 2 that spawn up here, not 3. So we'll just quickly headshot this guy. Easy peasy. Same with this guy. He's like no problem or anything. Just make sure, you know, you're accurate. Then I like to run back to this area to put the first satchel charge on, because we have to run to the other side of the room anyway to plant the other EMP charges. So you might as well start on this side so you don't have to double back, right? That's just the logic I'm using and the way I look at it. So we'll continue to plant these EMP charges. When we get to the staircase here, there's going to be 1 guard on the opposite side of the door, and then there's going to be 2 standing on the floor below. So that's when I would equip an assault shotgun to make sure you can take these guys out as quick as possible without alerting anyone. So we'll headshot him. These 2 guys above somehow don't hear those silent shots. As soon as you get to the bottom of this staircase, I hope I completed it right there. I absolutely screwed up again. You could see, did you see the game? It moved my weapon out of the way. I was ADSing and then I stopped because I got too close to the staircase railing, and that made me stop ADSing, and then my accuracy totally messed up because I was strafing, getting ready to aim for the second guy, but at the time I didn't even kill him. So let's see if it's even gonna count that I got the bonus objective or not. If I failed this for the sake of this video, that's gonna be so lame. But once you're in the penthouse, you don't have to worry about being stealthy. You're already here. Look to see if there's 2 glasses. If there's not, no worries. You just want to check that to see, because that will allow you, if you find a glass with fingerprints, you could skip one of the actual hacking minigames. That drawer will always have what you need to find the hidden room. You need to find that in another minute. That's one of the other bonus objectives. And then we're here. The priority file has 3 hacking minigames, which is a lot. So it would be good to save time with the actual, you know, glass where you can get the fingerprints, but you're just gonna do the hacking minigame here. It won't take you too long. 1, 2, 3, so that's 1 done. That's 2 done. Taking about 30 seconds so far. And then the final one here. And there we go. That is the 4th one. So all in all, for 3 hacks, 45 seconds. I mean, that's why it's good to find the fingerprints on the glass, because then you could take off a hack and you only need to do 2. That'll save you time. We didn't get that, unfortunately. The final bonus objective is stealing the ornamental egg. So take the 2 side items first to the left and right, then go for the ornamental egg. Don't go for that first, because you're gonna alert the alarms. Send those off, and oh, did I just freaking grab the wrong one? I just am not even gonna bother. It's not that big of a deal, but like, dude, I don't want to be failing the bonus objective for the gameplay. You could speed through this in 16 minutes normally, and here I am trying to give tips on how to complete this, and I fail it for the sake of the video. I mean, you can't make it up. You can't make it up. But this is the type of stuff you see on my live stream too. Just the most hilarious, ridiculous, nonsensical fails ever. And it seems like it's happening again today. So I'm gonna take out these last 2 enemies right here. And what we're gonna do, I almost fleed my vehicle. We are gonna get on our oppressor. Just aim at the ground to have it spawn close to me. And we are gonna deliver this egg to the buyer, ladies and gentlemen. Now I'm getting run over by cars. Is this the super long drop-off? Yeah, it's 2 miles to the drop-off. I'm getting unlucky with the RNG. Even on the first setup, we had to go all the way to the racetrack up in the middle of the map to get the charges, right? That already was a faraway location. That was technically the unlucky spawn point for that mission. And now we're going 2 miles away to deliver the egg to the buyer. Usually we deliver it up here at the observatory or a little bit east at one of the mansions. Now I'm going 2 miles away over here. What is this game doing to me, ladies and gentlemen? But here we go at the drop-off. I just did this in, well, the gameplay clip is 17 minutes, 45 seconds long. A little bit less time because I didn't start, you know, I was talking a little bit at the beginning of this. I should have some sort of timer up on screen you guys can see, but that's tracking from when the clip actually began. And as you know, I was talking a little bit at the beginning before we even started. But that is how you can speedrun the fine art file. And I think I screwed up here. Oh, I got them all. Oh, thank the Lord, dude. I was gonna freak out. Okay, it's take all the cabinet contents. I thought you had needed to do it before the gas. For some reason, I thought that was the bonus objective. Dude, I was about to freak. Okay, we got it done, ladies and gentlemen. $1.274 million in 18 minutes right there. Let's freaking go, baby. that's how you run the fine art file. Since I'm here at the garment factory, I'm gonna go check my wall safe money. I don't know if it's capped out or, because I rarely check this business because it doesn't generate you much, but I'm gonna check nonetheless. Anyways, definitely check out my garment factory guide, link down in the description below if you want all your questions answered on how to run this business. This was a quick speed run, and even then I didn't even do it in the best way, but I tried with one take. We're gonna deal with that. $17,350 after a few days of this stacking up. So anyways, we're gonna wrap things up right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Check me out over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, specifically twitch.tv/hazard, just HDTV. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios, amigos.